Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Kaggle notebook session where I actually explain my thought process on approaching a problem in Kaggle. This is a case study where I'm trying to use a line and explaining the predictions of who actually survived in Titanic and what are the drivers that led to that passenger actually surviving and not surviving. I have another notebook where I have actually done all the data manipulation and arrived at the machine learning algorithm. But this is like a step further where I'm trying to explain the predictions of the machine learning output. So, pretty interesting. And I'm really excited to share the insights. And as you can see, I've got 6 upvotes and it is having a bronze, a little badge as well. So, really excited to walk you through the insights. So, let us go step by step. First, I'm loading the libraries here, and then I'm reading the data set. I'm checking the columns. Then I'm dropping the columns which I don't need. And I'm looking at the information here for each and every column. And I can see that there are some null values. But in this exercise, I'm more interested in explaining the predictions. So I'm just simply dropping the rows which where we don't have data. And then here I've just exported the Excel just to see that everything is in line. But you can skip this step. Then for machine learning algorithm, I've used get dummies just to ensure that all the categorical variables are having binary unit. You can see when I convert them into the get dummies format, it is actually true and false. So I've converted them to have an integer format of 0 and 1. In this code, I am separating the dependent and independent column. My dependent column is survived, and all the remaining columns are will be in the vibe. And here I'm using the train test split to split the data. Here I'm checking the shape using the random forest and then looking at the accuracy. So, okay, now my accuracy is 81%. And using this random forest algorithm, I am now using Lime to explain the individual prediction. How do we use Lime? We just import the Lime from the Lime library and use this function to understand who will survive and who will not survive. Now comes the most interesting part where we are explaining prediction. So this is the line item, the 360th row item, where we are trying to apply the line and trying to see if the person survived or not, and what are the factors that are in favor of whether he survived or not, whether the person survived or not. In this situation, for this 368th person, we can see that the system has predicted that 99% there is a chance that the person will not survive. That's kind of a very beautiful graphical representation in terms of the overall summary and also what are the drivers that can lead to the person surviving and not. Pretty interesting stuff here. Let us see why the algorithm tells us that this person will not survive. So the fact that the person is male or fact that the person is not female goes very strongly into the person surviving and not. And we all know that usually when the rescue happened, and we come to know from the movie that we saw that females were rescued as compared to the males. So this person is a male, so that is why the chances of survival is low. The fact that the person traveled from passenger class 3, um, and we know that passenger 3 is coming from a low income, low ticket fare category. So that is why also the passenger had high chances that he will die. Next is the age. So age is greater than 30. If the age is also greater, mm, that will also negatively impact in him surviving or not. Very interesting. Now let us look at a passenger row item of 720. So this passenger embarked from passenger class 2, age 6. So age is very less. And female, she embarked from passenger class S. Let us see, we are implementing the same explainer for this passenger, 728 row item. And you can see the survival rate, the probability that this passenger survived is 99%. So, what are the factors that go into explaining why this person survived? First is the fact that she is a female, goes strongly in adding to her survival rate. Age is also the second factor, that age is less than 21. So, the fact that she is 6 years old also goes into her survival rate. Pretty interesting. Now, let us look at this passenger uh, in the 647th row. So this passenger onboarded from passenger class 1, age is 65, so looks like pretty old passenger. Fare is 35, a male passenger embarked from C category. Okay, so we apply this same explainer for this passenger and we see that there is a 25% chance that this passenger will survive. Interesting. What are the factors that go into his survival, and what are the factors that go that he will not survive? The fact that he is a male is one of the strong indicators that he won't survive. Age is greater than 38. This means that he won't survive. But what are the factors that influence that he will survive is that the passenger class is 1. You can also see the passenger class is 1. So looks like passenger class 1 was being apported by affluent and rich class. Also, the fare is greater than 30. Looks like if the passenger has has paid a lot, then with the rich people, there is some greater chance of survival. Pretty interesting because even if he is a male, but the fact that he traveled from passenger class 1 and he's wealthy, that adds to his survival. Similarly, we can go on trying to see for different passengers what is the survival rate. This was an example for how we can implement Lime and actually go into explaining why the passenger survived rather than just having a predictive model which just tells us that the prediction probability. So very interesting way to look at the data and go deeper into understanding the why behind the prediction. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.